incredibly proud and happy for this group. I thought we stuck to the game plan, played really well, and the fact that it took a center back for them to score from outside the 18 shows a lot of our discipline and the way we defended. Um, couldn't be happier for the group, and it's just it's been a really good season for us. Obviously, it was a rough start, but that's what happens with expansion teams sometimes. And a lot of credit to the players, the organization, staff, everyone working together and just making the second half of the season as special as it has been. And who would have thought 6 months ago, 7 months ago, that we would have been playing against Spirit in the playoffs, and we're taking them into overtime. Um, so, just I just I feel for the players. They put a lot of energy and time into it, and I feel for them because you could say we could deserve a little bit more, and then an unfortunate second goal, which happens. Great performance, and the future is bright, and we're excited about it.
Before I open it up for questions, we'll go ahead and ask two questions relayed by Marissa and Gemi from the San Francisco Chronicle. Albertin, you've lost games this season in similar fashion to today. Is there a reason you feel like these, or do you feel like these kinds of games maybe followed this club this season?
Wait, what was the last part?
Do you feel like these kinds of games maybe followed this club this season?
Absolutely not. I mean, that was early in the season. When you're in your organization, you're going to have all sorts of things to work on. So, this was the last minute, a great goal from a center back. Like I said, she just took a shot from about 20 yards out. And it's not that it follows us. We played an excellent team, arguably maybe I think one of the best playing team in this league, and incredibly deep in their home. Their fans were absolutely incredible, so they had that energy, and it's football. So it's not like that it follows us. It just that's how it happened today.
And the final question from Marissa is, do you still define this first season as a success as an expansion team to make the playoffs?
I do. The fact that we're playing a type of brand of football that I think the fans can enjoy. We're an exciting team. We have this energy that we go always out there and make it an exciting game, right? So very proud, very of the group, as I continue to say. And yeah, it's been a successful season. How can it not be when, like I've said this from the very beginning, you bring 26 players from all walks of life, different types of football, and a staff that's never worked together, and you kind of throw it in out there on the field, and look at where we are now. So absolutely a very successful season, and we're only going to get better. And I've said that since the very beginning, and we're going to continue doing so. So watch out.
Lupo, your line is open.
Albertin, if you can, just what was said to the players in the...
John, we lost
My
you
apologies.
completely.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I lost everything. We couldn't
now?
hear. Yes, John, your line is open.
Okay. What I was saying to Albertin is just a couple of things. First of all, can you just take us into the locker room about what you said to the team after, as you said, what was a very successful first season?
Well, we haven't actually spoken to the group in the locker room yet after the game. I spoke to them briefly, and I said there'll be a time for us to speak and get together where I can share a few more of my thoughts. But what I did tell them briefly was just how excited and proud I am to be a part of this organization and to be a part of this group of players. They've been excellent, and just what they've given to the club and to themselves. I have a lot of respect for that. And, I did tell them it took a special goal for them to tie it up. And the fact that we came in here and were able to play this way just shows our growth. So incredibly, it's just happy to be a part of this organization with them, every single one of them.
Marko Ukalovic, your line is open.
Hey, Albertin, congratulations on this first inaugural season, making the playoffs. As a heartbreaking of a loss this was, what is something you were able to take away, though? The one thing you were able to take away from this season that you're going to remember and use going forward next year?
Most important thing is trust the process and support each other, and great things can happen. And that's what we did in the second half of the season. We really did. Everyone bought into the way we were trying to play, the way we were trying to coach them. They took it on and were able to execute on the field. So it's just, trust the process and support each other. That's the two most important points for us to go coming into next season.
Any other questions for Albertine? John Lupo, your line is open.
I was just going to ask. You said, as you said, it took a pretty special goal for them to level the match. Just talk about the collective defensive effort that you guys put in to shut down some of their high-powered attack. And I also wanted to say, just for me personally, to thank you for the class with which you conducted yourself through all of these press conferences this year. You've always been very open and very forthcoming when you come in to talk to us, no matter what the result was. So I thought I would just add that in.
I appreciate that, John. It's the only way I know how to carry myself. And it's I was just actually thinking, sorry, the first part of your question was you wanted to know.
I wanted to know about the fact, as you said, it took a defender for them scoring a very special goal to tie the game. Just talk about how defensively you were able to shut down all of their big offensive weapons.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was so pleased with our performance, because defensively, and look, in the second half, they had more possession of the ball, but they weren't necessarily threatening. And we limited the space in the midfield for them. We forced their center backs to be the playmakers. That was the plan. That's why we sat in a mid block, and then Asisat or Tess then would initiate pressure on their center backs and force them to play. And you saw that they would hit the ball out of bounds or would play the ball in certain areas where we were able to get it. And then it was very important for us to double team Trinity whenever she received the ball, and then also take Hirschfeld out of the game. I don't think Hirschfeld was very influential today, although she's an outstanding player. She did a good job defensively. But, for 85 minutes, 86 minutes, actually the entire 90 minutes, Trinity is always going to be a dangerous player. But I thought we limited her chances, and the same for the rest of the team. Caitlin didn't necessarily have to come up with big saves. But, of course, we're going to have to defend. They're an outstanding team in their stadium with their energy, so they rose above and then played us hard in the second half. And then in the first overtime they did as well, and then second overtime I thought we would be able to get some chances, just because that's how the game usually works. But credit to the entire defensive line, our midfield line, and our forwards, and the entire coaching staff, just for coming up with a plan that, we were 5 minutes from maybe getting that win, but that's where we just get right back up and get better.
Thank you again, Albertin. It's much appreciated.
Thank you, John.
Any other questions for Albertine from the group today?
Thank you, everyone.
I thought we played really well. We fought hard. It was just unlucky at the end. It could have gone either way, but I'm super proud of us.
Yeah, I agree with what she said. It's just football. You gotta take it like that.
Questions? Seeing John Lupo, your line is open.
Ladies, if you can you just give us your thoughts on just the season as a whole? I know it's just minutes after a playoff loss like this, but just for this being a first-year franchise, to get where you got, to get into the playoffs and take a really good team down to the wire like that, can you just give us your thoughts on the season and how excited you are for the future of this team and what you're building at the club?
You can go.
This season has been a lot of emotions. It's had its ups and downs. At the beginning, we had no idea we would make it to the playoffs, but I'm just super proud of us, how far we've come, how much we've grown, and I'm excited for the next couple of years.
Anything else? John, your line remains open.
I guess I would just also say, can you just mentioning the future, talk about what Albertin has meant to this club and how excited you are to, enter the next phase of where this club can go with him at the helm, leading this team.
Did you say Albertin?
Albertin, yeah.
I mean, that's the coach, no? What did you say you want us to talk about?
The future.
With him?
Mm.
Yeah, we hope to work with him, no? To continue working with him. He's taking the team to the playoff spot. I mean, I think that's a big achievement for him as a coach personally, and also a group that also believes in him as well, believes in the style of football. At the beginning of the season, a lot of people didn't believe that he could play this type of football we're playing right now, and you can see what he's actually turned this whole team to in the space of 7 months. I think I'm actually proud of him and think he did a good job, and I'm also sure like my other teammates are looking forward to see what he brings to the table for the next coming years. And of course, whatever it brings, we'll take it. He's our coach.
Great. Thank you, ladies.